So I'm up bright and early this morning because I want to start work on transforming my front garden. As I showed you in an earlier video this week, my front garden is currently a very uninspiring space. It's just a patch of lawn and this hideous conifer that I'm trying to remove. And the reason I'm doing this is that my back garden, just through there, it's a very shaded garden and it's not ideal for growing sun-loving vegetables or herbs. So my plan is to transform this space so I can put them in pots just beneath the window where I've got the conifer, which is why the conifer has to go. And believe me, I'm going to show you again, it's a huge task. Now, the reason why I'm making this video is to inspire you to think about your front garden, if you're lucky enough to have one, in a different way. If you've only got a small back garden, why not use that space in the front garden to grow what you like to grow? And in that case, for me, it's organic vegetables. So that's the first thing I want to share and hopefully inspire you with. And the second thing is just to make you realize what is possible. So I sometimes find when I talk to people that I know about some of the tasks I'm taking on in the garden or even in the house, that they're like really surprised that I'm doing that. I'm not entirely sure why, but I think maybe it's because they think they couldn't do that. And I just want to show that you don't need to be some kind of expert gardener or some super fit 20-year-old. Anyone can do it, and just give it a go. What you can do that really helps is to make sure that you have the right tools to hand, and I just wanted to quickly run through those actually. So Tilly, as ever, is getting involved. It seems every time I film these videos my cat turns up. What a start. Yeah, hello love. So if I zoom in, first thing to say, this is really important actually, gardening gloves. Now, you might think that's a really obvious thing, but I want to highlight that plants like conifers are quite a bad skin irritant for a lot of people. And it's really a good idea, particularly if you've never handled them before and you don't know if that's going to affect you or not. It's a really good idea to wear gloves and to wear like a long sleeve top. I find that they bring me out in quite a nasty rash actually. So yeah, that's the first thing to say. It's my first tip. The next thing is I'm going to be probably, oh my God, I'm going to be, I think, on my knees for quite some time. So I've got there my kneeler. It just cushions the knees and makes you feel that bit more comfortable, which if you're doing something for hours at a time, believe me, you want that. In terms of the tools themselves, I've got here 3 types that I'm probably going to need. For the very small branches, etc., I've got my secateurs. Then for the next size up, I've got some loppers. I think I'm going to be using them quite a lot. And then finally, and this, I feel like this is not a standard piece of kit for gardeners, and a lot of people don't have them, but it's a real game changer. I've got my tree saw. So they're kind of misnamed because I don't really think you'd use them on trees. But if you've got any big old woody shrubs and you need to remove old wooden material, it's so much easier with a tree saw, and they're not particularly expensive. I think I picked this up for, I don't know, 20-30 pounds or something. So I highly recommend investing in one of these. So this here is what I'm going to be tackling today. Oh God, wish me luck. I'm trying to get as much of this out as possible so I can put those pots down. I'm just going to zoom in so you can just see what a tangle, what a mess that is. I'm going to be here a while. I'm not going to lie, I'm not looking forward to doing this, but I think it's going to be one of those jobs that I'm going to feel so much better once I've done it. So I'm going to make a start now. It's 8:45 here, and interesting to see how long it takes me to remove this conifer bush and just how bedraggled and exhausted I look by the end of it. So yeah, off I go. The first step I've taken is to remove some of the outer branches here. So if you see this massive pile here, actually it didn't take that long using the loppers, but now I can see what I'm working with. And yeah, if I zoom in, look, these are really big branches. It's going to take a while. And I've just started to saw through at the bottom here, the branches. So I've just removed this, let me see if I can show you this massive branch here that was running all the way along there. I just want to highlight how careful you have to be when you're working this close to your house for wires. I didn't know there were all these wires back here. No idea if they're live or not, but I don't really want to find that out. So I've just sawn through this really wide branch here using my tree saw. I don't know if I can maybe show you how wide that is. Really wide. What you can do to help sometimes, you don't have to saw through all of it, and what you can see here is after I've kind of made the first few, maybe got like halfway through, is actually to kind of maneuver the branch back and forth, and then it can help, as you see here, to kind of rip some of it, and then you don't have to saw through the whole width. I still had to do quite a bit though. Yeah, and the other thing to say that I was reminded of whilst I'm doing it, as it's getting warmer and as I'm having to do quite a bit of sawing, it's a really good idea to wear your gloves when you're doing it, actually, as well, to prevent getting blisters. So yep, and that's the progress so far. Still got a lot to take out, but if you see, I've managed to free up this space here and that space there. So already I've got room for a few pots. So I'm just having a well-earned tea break. I've just sawn through this massive branch. Look at that. It's basically the width of the length of my thumb. I do have quite small hands, but still, yeah. And that was all just with my tree saw. Yeah, it's amazing. I've already freed up a lot of space. I'm only an hour in, so see that there, how much space I freed up. I'm now going to attempt, I think, and this is going to be challenging. I don't know how well you can see. I'm going to attempt to saw through the whole length of this. It's going to take me a long time, but once I've done that, I've basically taken out this bush, so I think it's worth giving it a go. Yeah, so amazingly, I have managed to saw through the tree stump. Didn't take me too long, really. About 25 minutes to get through that. Yeah, look at that over there. Wow, it's massive. So I think what I'm going to do now is, I'm pretty pleased with this. I've already got so much space where I can put my pots. I'm going to have a go maybe at tidying up these outer branches here. But yeah, the main stump I'll leave in, partly for practicality reasons that I think, it'd be a nightmare to try and get that out. I need a pickaxe. The other reason is I'm so close to the house, and there could be a lot of roots down there that, if I disturb them, I disturb the foundations of the house. So I'm going to leave a bit of this here, but yeah, just tidy out these outer branches. And then yeah, I think I'm done. Look, just show you. Yeah, I've done a bit. Of course, I've got all of this to tidy up as well. So there you have it, the almost finished product. I've managed to create here quite a large blank canvas where I can put down some pots and things for the summer. As I say, I've just left in this stump, but yeah, I've got loads of space there that I can work with, so that's all good. So there you have it. It's taken me a little over 2 hours, but I have managed to clear the space, and I now have a blank canvas where I can put my tomatoes and herbs and stuff like that in the summer. How exciting is that? I'm really pleased. It was hard work, I'm not going to lie, sawing through some of those branches. They were big branches. But just shows you, if you've got the right tools and the motivation, it is achievable. I'm a 40-something woman. I work in IT. I'm not like at the gym every weekend, so I'm sure if I can do it, a lot of other people can. Now, sadly, I don't have a team of helpers. It is just me. So it's not going to be like the DIY shows where they instantly show you the new article, and I'd love to be able to do that, but it's going to take me a little bit longer. But I'm going to keep sharing that with you on this channel so you can see as it progresses, yeah, I'm really happy. I think that was a good morning's work, and I think I'll reap the rewards in the summer with some lovely tasty tomatoes.